Dharma Civilization Foundation was founded several years ago by Dr. Manohar Shindeji with an intent of doing the research about the Hindu Dharma based on the Vedas, Upanishads, and presenting that information through research way in the academics here in the United States. And with that in mind, so they founded endowment chairs, started some program. They had multiple PhD students, and they published many articles. But later on, that formed into it did serve the purpose at that time. But later on, when the Dharma Civilization Foundation founding member, they realized that maybe we need to do more than just having 1 or 2 department chairs, and decided to start the Hindu University of America. So now with the Hindu University of America, there are about 2,000 people taking the classes. There's a master's program, there's a PhD program. So that's going on for several years. And the person who's running the HUA, Kalyan Vishwanath, is also here for this conference. But in the last couple of years, the founding members realized that probably there's more that we need to do as the Hindu Dharma, Sanatana Dharma followers, considering there is digital age that is coming. It is evolving rapidly with the AI, ChatGPT. A lot of information can be leveraged, what was there in Vedas, Upanishads, Ramayana, Mahabharatas, and put that in the context using this AI, other technologies. There are pros and cons. So the intent of this Dharma in Digital Age conference was basically bringing the thought leaders, academicians who are doing the research, and the community leaders, and also the business leaders, to kind of bring their thought together to see what the Hindu Dharma has said, how it has been leveraged, and with the evolution of and the rapid change in the society with the digital technology, how can it be complementing to what we already have that is in the Vedas and Upanishads, our books that are written by well-known authors, and what are the challenges that comes with that one. So there has been a lot of things that has been talked in this conference. There were 6 themes. I won't go into the detail, but for each of the themes, there were panelists who are the so-called experts in that particular area of the discussion. As an example, family values. As an example, leadership skills. As an example, the youth. They're all kind of things that we're talking about. Or now they're talking about global security, they're talking about it. But does Hindu Dharma has a role to play in this evolving rapid technological advancements? And if so, what can the Dharma do? Or if there are some challenges that we foresee, what are those and what do we need to do going forward? So with that background, this conference was put together, and there are about close to 300 people who have registered, and of those about 50-ish or so are the experts. In parallel to that, so one is to think, analyze, and come up with proper potential plan for going forward as to what Dharma can play a role into evolving digital age. But then what does that mean to the second generation? And how will they understand about our Dharma? How will they leverage that Dharma into the growing need and or in the day-to-day need as well? So with that in mind, so there's also competition that was started almost 4 months now. There are about 200 plus participants, 200 teams actually. In each team there could be 2, it could be 5, it could be 1. In the age group of 14 to 19, there was a group number 1. And there was a second group that was about 20 to 35. Predominantly there was the first generation. So they were given 4 specific books. 4 books, one for the first category, 4 books for the second category. Those are the books written by well-known authors. Many of them are here. Most of them are here. Okay. For example, Sanjeev Sanyal, for example, Amir Ganatra, for example. So those are the people. There's a Manoj Gupta who's on the panel right now. So these are the people who have authored some books, and their task was basically to read those books and take the content and compete. They were coached, mentored by the authors, authored by the experts, and all these 200 participants who competed for the last 2.5 months now, 5 from each category are brought in here for the finale.
Oh, nice.
So we call them as enthusiasts or consumer of this, what we've been taught. Because at the end of the day, we can continue to write the book and we can continue to talk about it, but if it is not resonating with the users or the enthusiasts, particularly the second generation, it's
so
not going to
all the contestants were the youth? Mostly?
About the contestant. Oh, so yeah, the contestant for the competition, they're all youth.
All youth. Okay.
14
You're talking to a friend.
Yeah, sure. So this last 3 days were the days when we conducted the first Dharma in Digital Age conference. The idea was to bring these two apparently disparate looking things together. Okay, Dharma and digital. People think, what has technology got to do with Dharma? And the first thing we wanted to do was to show that definitely they have a lot to do with each other, because they are both for the growth and the sustenance of mankind. And I think after today's event, when we concluded and heard what we learned, it was a great experience to see how many people, thinkers, enthusiasts, think alike. That is what I will say about this topic.
Turnout has been phenomenal. This is really a prototype. This is the first time we've done this. We would have been very happy with 100 participants. We way past that number, and the response of the kids, the parents, has been really beyond what we expected. I think the biggest, both the surprise and the reward has been the authors who have engaged with us. We've had absolutely top-notch authors be part of stages this year. Several of them have flown in here from all over the world, and I think this is just the beginning, and there's really no stopping.
I am here as an author for the Tejas competition. The Tejas competition was about, it was a reading challenge for different groups where they were given different kinds of books. They had to read and come up with different outputs. So one of my books, Rama and Ravan, was picked for that. And here was the finale in Atlanta. And it has been fantabulous. I loved the acted outs, I loved the memes, I loved the speeches which the participants gave on the different books that we had read. All these books had to do with some Indic wisdom. And the feedback that we got from the participants was that the reading helped them connect to their roots, helped them understand what does it mean to be Indian, and helped them get a sense of why preserving the Indic heritage is so important and taking it forward. So I think this is a great initiative, and I hope we have more such initiatives on stage. All the best to the Dharma Civilization Foundation for such a great work that they are doing, and all the best.
It has been I feel very grateful and I feel very enriched because of this last 3 days. And I've made a lot of connections, and I'm going away with a lot of hope, not just for us as an Indian community, but also the concepts that were talked about, applying Dharma in various fields, is really applicable to the whole world. And that gives me a lot of hope for humanity in general. So thank you to Professor Shrikant ji and to all the organizers and the volunteers. The whole conference was run very, very smoothly, and I'm very, very impressed with the way it was conducted and executed as well. A lot of effort, planning, thought, and organization has gone into this, and I'm deeply grateful to everyone that brought this together. Thank you.
Age bridges the gap between two essential things. How these two seemingly disparate concepts can coexist and enrich each other.
Related to consciousness, or in other words, reality is like a coin. On one side is embodiment, which is also that we are a part of. The other side is consciousness. All right, and the pioneers of consciousness, pioneers of quantum mechanics knew it. This is 1930s, 1940s. They wrote a lot of stuff, and you may have heard of things such as the Schrodinger's cat paradox, that if you want to reduce quantum mechanics to linguistic,
what should I say? So I took a step back and gone back to the traditional knowledge system, which is very practical, which is very easy to understand. When you elevate to Dharma and the philosophy, one has to have the knowledge of, robust knowledge of Sanskrit and the values and system. But when you come to the local, lower level, the traditional knowledge system. Government of India, Ministry of Education has a cell which looks into the knowledge aspects of this, where you can do a lot of research. They are collaborating a lot of activities. So I went to the DCF Foundation, the website as well. So your goal is to have scholars and the chairs in various universities. Just to mention, Indian Council for Cultural Relations as a chair, where you can establish every chair, like Sanskrit chair in any universities, or to have any language chair. So if you want any help or anything, I wish we could be Atlanta, my region should take pioneer, and all the people who are from our region, I want you to take the lead to have a scholar on dharmic things in Atlanta. Some universities, I'll be very happy to collaborate with you. Whatever help I could do, I'll be very happy. Like you could see, Emory as a Tibetan scholar and the Tibetan school. So they have this Tibetan knowledge study. They go to near Karnataka. They go and learn.
Please give away the prizes to the Bhakti artist. Bhakti artist is Ananya Someshwar, who is receiving the prize.